My beloved child. Before you scroll, pause for a moment. Something within you already feels it, a quiet pull, a whisper you cannot explain. Right now, in this very moment, something is shifting. Not loudly, not in a way the world can see, but deeply, personally, in a way meant only for you. You've been waiting, maybe without even realizing it. Through the long days, the silent nights, the moments when you questioned if anything would ever change, this was all leading here. Don't skip this. Stay till the end, because what is unfolding is not ordinary. It is rare. It is precise. And it is arriving at a time you didn't expect, but exactly when you needed it. There is a reason you found this message today. Out of millions of moments, out of countless distractions, you are here, listening. That is not coincidence. That is alignment. Something huge is waiting for you, but it doesn't come the way you think. It doesn't announce itself with noise or chaos. It arrives quietly, like a door opening where there was once a wall. You may feel uncertain. You may wonder if you're truly ready. But listen closely, everything you've been through has prepared you for this exact second. Every delay, every lesson, every moment of doubt, it all shaped the path that is now opening. And here is the truth that will stay with you. This moment will not come again in the same way. Not because something will be taken from you, but because this version of you, standing at this exact point, is about to transform. Stay with this feeling. Don't rush past it. Because what comes next will reveal why this moment matters more than you realize. And just when you think nothing is happening, everything begins to move. There is a quiet energy surrounding you right now, almost invisible, yet impossible to ignore if you truly listen. It's the kind of feeling that makes you pause mid-thought, like something meaningful is about to reveal itself. You've carried questions in your heart, unspoken, unresolved. And somehow, this moment is starting to answer them, not with loud explanations, but with a deep sense of knowing. Stay till the end, because what you are about to understand will change how you see everything that came before this. What once felt like delays, were actually protection. What felt like silence, was preparation. What felt like being lost, was actually redirection. You were never standing still. You were being positioned. And now, something is aligning in a way it never has before. Opportunities, clarity, and inner strength are beginning to connect like pieces of a puzzle finally falling into place. Don't overlook this moment. Most people wait for big signs, but the real shift often begins quietly, like this. Something huge is waiting for you, not somewhere far away, but right where you are. And the more present you become, the clearer it starts to feel. There is one more layer to this, something deeper that you haven't seen yet. And then, in the stillness, something inside you begins to awaken. Not a loud realization, not a sudden burst, but a quiet certainty that settles into your heart. The kind of certainty that doesn't need proof, because it feels true the moment you notice it. You've been searching for a sign, something clear, something undeniable. But what if the sign was never meant to come from outside? What if it was always meant to rise from within you? Don't skip this part, because this is where everything starts to make sense. There is a strength in you that you've underestimated. A calm, steady power that has been growing through every challenge you faced. You didn't see it forming, but it was there, shaping you into someone ready for more. And now, that more is closer than you think. It won't arrive as chaos or pressure. It will come as clarity. As a moment where things finally feel aligned instead of forced. A moment where you no longer chase, you recognize. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires one simple shift, trusting what you feel instead of doubting it. Because the truth is, you already sense the direction. You already feel the pull. And what comes next, will reveal why this feeling has been growing stronger with every passing moment. But right at the edge of this realization, something changes within you. It's subtle at first. A quiet release. Like you're finally letting go of the weight you didn't even realize you were carrying. The doubts begin to loosen, the noise begins to fade, and for the first time in a long time, you can hear yourself clearly. Stay till the end, because this is where the shift becomes real. You start to notice things differently. The same world, the same surroundings, but your perspective begins to open. What once felt confusing now feels like it had a purpose. What once felt heavy now feels like it was shaping your strength. This is not coincidence. This is alignment taking form. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's closer than ever, but it responds to your awareness. The more present you become, the more visible it gets. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to force anything. What is meant for you begins to meet you halfway the moment you stop resisting your own growth. There's a quiet confidence rising in you now. Not loud, not overwhelming, but steady. Real. Unshakable. And as this confidence builds, you begin to realize something powerful. You were never waiting for the right moment. The moment was waiting for you to recognize it. What comes next will reveal how this changes everything around you. And now, as everything begins to settle, a new clarity rises within you. It's not overwhelming. It's not rushed. It's calm, steady, and undeniable. Like a light turning on in a room you've been sitting in for a long time. Stay till the end, because this is where the meaning deepens. You're starting to see that this huge moment isn't something outside of you rushing in, it's something unfolding through you. A shift in how you think, how you feel, how you respond. And that changes everything. Because when you change, the way life meets you changes too. Doors that once felt closed begin to feel possible. Paths that seemed unclear start to take shape. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's beginning to reveal itself through small, powerful realizations. You may notice it in a decision that suddenly feels easy. In a thought that feels lighter than before. In a sense of peace where there was once confusion. This is how it begins. Quiet. Personal. Real. You are no longer standing in the same place you were before this moment. Even if everything around you looks the same, something inside you has shifted, and that shift is the beginning of something extraordinary. And just ahead, there is one final understanding that will bring everything together in a way you didn't expect. And just as you begin to understand, everything comes together in a way you didn't expect. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's a quiet moment where you realize, you've already stepped into something new. Stay till the end, because this final piece changes how you see this entire journey. The huge miracle you were waiting for was never meant to overwhelm you, it was meant to awaken you. To bring you back to your own clarity, your own strength, your own direction. And now you can feel it. A calm confidence. A steady sense of knowing. A quiet excitement about what's ahead. Something huge is waiting for you, but now you understand, it meets you through your awareness, your choices, your openness to grow. This moment will not come again in the same way, because you are no longer the same person who started this message. You've shifted. You've seen something deeper. And from here, everything begins to respond differently. The path ahead may still unfold step by step, but now you walk it with clarity instead of confusion, with trust instead of doubt. This is how it begins. Quietly. Powerfully. And right now, you are exactly where you need to be. And just when it feels complete, a deeper truth gently reveals itself. What you are experiencing right now is not an ending. It is an opening. A doorway you can choose to walk through again and again, each time with more awareness, more confidence, more peace. Don't skip this feeling, because this is where it becomes part of you. You may notice that things around you start to feel different, not because the world suddenly changed, but because you are seeing it with new eyes. You are no longer reacting the same way. You are responding with clarity. That is where the real transformation lives. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you understand it's not a single moment, but a series of moments that build into something meaningful. Each step you take from here carries intention. Each choice you make shapes what comes next. You are not chasing anything anymore. You are creating space for what belongs to you to find its way naturally. There is a quiet strength guiding you now. A sense of trust that doesn't need constant reassurance. And that trust is what will carry you forward. Because from this point on, every step you take will feel more aligned than the last. And now, something even more powerful begins to unfold. It's the moment you realize this wasn't just a message, it was a mirror. Stay till the end, because this is where everything becomes personal. Every word you've heard, every feeling that quietly rose inside you, it was reflecting something that already exists within you. A strength, a clarity, a direction that has been waiting for your attention. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you can see it clearly. It's in the way you choose to move forward from here. Not with pressure. Not with fear. But with intention. You don't need to have every answer. You don't need everything to be perfect. All you need is this awareness you've just found, and the willingness to trust it. Because the moment you start trusting it, things begin to open in ways that feel natural, not forced. This is your turning point. Not because everything changes overnight, but because you do. And when you change, everything begins to meet you differently. There is just one final piece left, something simple, yet powerful enough to stay with you long after this moment ends. And in this final moment, everything becomes clear in the simplest way. There was never anything missing. Stay with this, don't let it pass too quickly. All along, you were becoming ready, not for something outside to arrive, but for yourself to step fully into who you are meant to be. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you understand, it begins the moment you decide to move forward with trust instead of hesitation. No more waiting for the perfect sign. No more doubting your direction. No more holding yourself back from what you already feel is right. This is your moment. Quiet, powerful, and completely yours. Everything you need to take the next step is already within you. The clarity you were searching for is here. The strength you thought you needed more of, is already present. And as you carry this forward, you'll notice something remarkable. Life begins to respond in ways that feel aligned, steady, and meaningful. Not because of chance, but because you chose to see, to understand, and to trust. And even after this message ends, this feeling, this awareness, this quiet confidence, stays with you. And even now, as this message gently comes to a close, something continues within you. It doesn't fade. It doesn't disappear. It stays, quietly guiding you in the moments that follow. Stay with this feeling just a little longer, because this is where it becomes real in your everyday life. From here, it's not about big, sudden changes. It's about small, meaningful steps. The way you think. The way you choose. The way you carry yourself forward. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you know, it unfolds through the path you create from this moment on. When doubt tries to return, you'll remember this clarity. When hesitation appears, you'll feel that inner nudge again. When the path seems unclear, you'll trust yourself to take the next step anyway. This is how everything begins to shift, not all at once, but in a way that lasts. You are no longer searching for a moment. You are living it. And as you move forward from here, with this quiet confidence and awareness, you'll begin to see just how powerful this moment truly was. And as you carry this forward into the next moments of your life, something beautiful begins to take shape. It shows up in the simplest ways. A calmer mind when things feel uncertain. A clearer choice when you once felt stuck. A quiet confidence that doesn't need to prove itself to anyone. Stay with this, because this is where it becomes part of who you are. You may not notice it all at once, but step by step, you'll see how differently you respond, how steadily you move, how naturally things begin to align around you. Something huge is waiting for you, and now it's unfolding through your actions, your awareness, your willingness to keep going with trust. There's no rush. No pressure to have everything figured out. Just a gentle, steady movement forward. And that is where the real change lives. Because when you move with clarity instead of confusion, with trust instead of doubt, every step carries a different kind of power. And from this point on, you won't need reminders like this as often, because you've already found what you were looking for within yourself. And now, in this quiet final moment, something settles deeply within you. Not as a passing feeling, but as a truth you can return to any time. Stay with this for just a second longer, because this is where everything gently comes together. You've seen the shift. You've felt the clarity. You've recognized the strength that was always there. Something huge is waiting for you, and now you understand, it's not a distant event, it's a living journey that unfolds with every step you take from here. There is no need to rush ahead or look back. This moment, right here, holds everything you need to begin again with purpose. Carry this awareness with you into your next decision, your next step, your next quiet moment of reflection. Let it guide you, not with pressure, but with calm confidence. Because the truth is simple and powerful. You were never meant to miss this moment. You were meant to recognize it. And now that you have, everything ahead of you begins with a new sense of clarity, one step at a time. And as everything gently fades into silence, one final realization remains. This was never just a moment you watched. This was a moment you stepped into. Stay with this feeling, because it is yours now. Long after this ends, when the noise of the world returns, when distractions try to pull you away, there will still be a quiet voice within you. Calm. Steady. Certain. And in that voice, you will remember. You are ready. Something huge is waiting for you, not as a distant promise, but as a path that begins with every choice you make from here. You don't need to search for it anymore. You don't need to wonder if it will come. You simply move forward, with awareness, with trust, with a clarity that cannot be taken away. This time will not come again in the same way, because you have already changed within it. And that is the true miracle.